enough is enough. They have to call for a ceasefire to save lives. The minute that the EU fails to call for a ceasefire, this is complicity. There is no reason for the EU not to call for a ceasefire. 15,000 people killed, including 3,000 of them are buried under the rubble of their houses. I wonder what kind of shared values the EU shared with Israel. Is starving people a shared values? Is cutting electricity, water, and food and fuel is a shared values with Israel? Is occupation in itself is a value that the EU shared with Israel? Is massacring people is a shared value that the EU shared with Israel? The EU has the means to stop this massacre immediately, and we want them to call for a ceasefire. But unfortunately, up to today, there is no political will, and the absence of this political will is complicity, is protecting Israel as encouraging Israel to continue this massacre. This is a shameful situation for the free world. This is a shameful situation for the European Parliament and for the EU institutions to abstain for calling a ceasefire. No, the message, again, how many Palestinians in Gaza should be massacred for Mr. Borrell and for Mrs. van der Leyen to call for a ceasefire? This is the question as Palestinians that we ask ourselves today. The message that they need to move quickly to stop this massacre. They need to take concrete measures because, once again, the EU has the means to stop this massacre tomorrow. And the question, why don't the EU do that? This is the big question that we need to ask to Mr. Borrell.